Regent Park is undergoing a revitalisation process consisting of a physical plan for the development of buildings and a social development plan. The social development plan consists of proposed activities to be funded by the city around 4 major areas. 1. Community building. 2. Employment and economic development. 3. Safety. And 4. Communications. All the proposed activities are intended to be measured and evaluated for effectiveness through a resident-engaged process called the Evaluation Benchmark process. In this video, we will speak to 2 residents involved in the Evaluation Benchmark process.
So my name is Murshida. I'm a co-chair from the community building working group. My involvement is to how do we connect with each other in the community, since we have like a lot of market resident and TCAC resident and then the condo owners. So how do we connect with each other to become a one community? So that's what we're trying to work with the community building working group.
Ines?
Hi, everyone. My name is Ines Garcia. I sit in the safety committee. I sit in almost in all the committees, but I sit in the committee. My involvement is because as a TCAC residents, our voices is so important for TCAC residents, our input, and this is why I sit in there. I would love to see more TCAC residents sitting in a lot of the SDP committees. Thank you.
Okay, so we understand you both recently co-facilitated the evaluation benchmark presentation. And can you tell us briefly what the evaluation benchmark is about and its relationship to the social development plan?
For me, the benchmark evaluation, the reason why I went aside with this with Paula to have more understanding, because I didn't know what it was before. It was called a framework benchmark, and I didn't understand it very much about it. So I needed more explanation and educate myself in this, because it's so important that the benchmark, evaluation benchmark, is to see how the committees are progressing and what if it's doing well along the way of the work, the progress, and to see where it's need more support of bringing more TCAC residents or private owners, having the TCAC residents' voices being heard, and where is the failure and to accomplish in a better way to bring this. So this is why I sat in the evaluation, because it's so important for us to understand it in our language. It's so difficult when it's run by so quick, and the language barriers, you know, we have a lot of different cultures, and understanding the language, it was very difficult when everybody has a different background. So this is why I got involved in the evaluation benchmark, and thank God with Paula from Young Street Mission that she has helped me so much of understanding the evaluation benchmark. Thank you.
Okay. And yourself?
And myself, I did involve in the beginning. I was in only the community building working group, so I was only able to understand what's exactly going on in the community building working group. I didn't understand what exactly going on the other working group. By joining the benchmark and the evaluation committee, and then I thought, you know, I get to learn more about the STP table from the 4 corners, so I will get a better sense of understanding, and I get able to do a proper delivery to the community. You know, I'm a TCAC resident. A lot of people doesn't know what's happening in the STP table, what is STP table is. So every time I see a resident, I always give them what is STP and what they're doing, and sort of information. So for me to give that information, I need to get a better understanding of that. So that's the reason I involved with the benchmark and evaluation.
Okay, one other question here. Is there anything else you would like the community to know about the proposed evaluation benchmark process? What are the particulars of the process, and how have you been involved in understanding that or shaping that?
This one here, it's involving the community. It's very crucial because right now with this whole revitalization, it's been already 13 years and we still have a couple of years more to go. It's so important for TCAC residents to get involved. There's a lot of work to be done. And that's why this evaluation benchmark is so important for the community, that the city is funded for, especially with TCAC residents, to get involved and put their 2 cents in. This is why for me, it's so important as a TCAC resident to have an understanding and explain to our residents how the benchmark works, and have a better understanding. But at the same time, as a TCAC residents, we need to sit in those committees as SDP committees. It's how to go about and bringing the work and letting us, the TCAC resident, take the lead to do work. For example, Murshida and I, we're here right now with the evaluation benchmark. For me, it has been a very helpful impact because like I said, I sit in a lot of committees, but sometimes it's hard when you don't understand and how to go about when they need a voting, and I'm not going to vote for something that I don't understand. And this is why we're doing this, to teach, not to teach, but to guide our TCAC residents in a way that we could help them, for them to follow and do things, because we will love for them to take this on. They're going to be the leaders of our future, and we will help support and help them in every way that we could. Thank you.
Murshida?
For me, the community I understand our community like with a lot of they're with the families and they have kids, they have a lot of responsibility on their plate. As myself, I do have 5 kids. Trust me, I do have a lot of responsibility as well. But then again, if you don't get our voice in that table, what we want in the community, what we want to see in the community, if you don't say it, and then we can't have anything if you don't have the say in it. So it's really important community members to come out, and then especially TCAC residents come out and to tell them what they want to see in the community, and then it's helpful for them, their future, for their kids. And like whatever we don't have it, we need to tell them so we can see in the community and we can use that sort of services, what we wanted, and to help our kids and the future.
So can you tell us what we can expect, when we can expect the evaluation activities to begin?
As long as we get the approval from the SDP stakeholder table, which is happening on October 13, and if everybody can vote on it, I think it can start right away.
Yes. The reason this got delayed was because I wasn't understanding it and I needed a better way of understanding it. And that's why I keep on saying thanks to Paula, because she has explained to me all the little details, and we put the evaluation benchmark in our wording and our way of understanding, so we could communicate with the rest of the TCAC residents so they could get more involved. So on October 13, there's going to be a voting again. This for me right now, it is a go. I will vote yes, because I have a better understanding. This is why I said it's very crucial for TCAC residents to understand what is evaluation benchmark. Murshida and I, we have a lot more understanding of the evaluation benchmark. So this will help a lot with our residents in our community. We have the vote, the money is sitting there. We just need to go ahead of the voting.
So,
And sorry, I just wanted to do a little comment. Does if anybody need a clarification or anything, I'm pretty sure I'm available to give them a clarification as well. They can contact me with my email address or my phone number.
so I must say I'm a little bit ignorant of this part of the SDP plan. Can you, just for someone who in the audience who doesn't know what the evaluation benchmark process is, could you describe what that is?
SDP is a social development plan. This has been happening for past 12 years. That's my understanding, but I've only been involved in the table for like the past 2 years. The thing is, the SDP table there for the community, for all resident, market rate to condo owners to the TCHC residents, is to to have a better social understanding, just to connect with each other. How do we connect with other residents? How do we get to know them? Because we have a new residents in our community. We need to get to know them. We need to work with them. We need to build a better community with each other understanding.
Okay, so go
the
ahead.
social development plan was built 13 years ago, and then it failed, where the city now came back and said, we need a social development plan. So there was forms of committees. There is safety committee, community building, employment, communications. And all those little committees, they all talk about how to improve from each committees, how to go about of the safety, community building and spaces, and communication and work for employment for especially with our youth that we're having a lot of, we're trying to support, help. So that's how our little tables. The city has donated, you heard at the 500,000 this year. There's 2.5 million for 5 years. So each table gets certain amount of money to do things for the communities, for the community in each groups of what's needed to be done. For example, the safety, Regent Park Safety Network, we're doing parent conference where we do workshop for the community that we got grants from the United Way. So we've been doing workshops and stuff to do for community members to educate ourselves in a lot of different topics. So that's what's going to be happening. And all this is why the benchmark is the evaluation benchmark, where we see where is the progress, where it needs help, or how can we improve, where it's all that information that it needs. They're going to be hiring, Young Street Mission will be hiring a resident at TCAC to local resident, but a priority is TCAC, to do this data of the evaluation benchmark.
So,
but at the same time, all this, because of all this is coming, it's mostly because of TCAC residents that all this money is coming into the community because of the revitalisation. And this is what the residents need to know, that this is because us, the TCAC residents, this is how valid your value, your voices and your inputs and sitting in each committees is so important for TCAC residents to come out and sit down. And there's child minding and stuff, and we need their support and their voices as a TCAC residents, because this is for all TCAC residents in this community. Thank you.
So then the evaluation benchmark process is a kind of examination of all of the different aspects of the SDP plan. Is that how you would describe it?
Yes, they'll be doing it through all the SDP tables to see how each table is doing, where it needs the help, that's all the support, how can we improve, do we need more? I mean, we're already lacking of TCAC residents and committees. And we're not being heard as a TCAC resident. We're not being heard. They're not taking our voices and putting it there. It's like TCAC is a side, but even though it is a TCAC, this is because of TCAC residents and because of the revitalisation from the TCAC. This is why I keep on asking TCAC residents. It's so important for them to get involved, put their voices, because when we don't have our voices, we're in trouble because it's other people making decisions for TCAC residents when it shouldn't be that way. It should be the other way around. It should be TCAC residents making decisions, saying what they want, saying what they need. It's so crucial.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say?
No, pretty much Highness said pretty much all the thing. And then my involvement is there because of, seeing Highness, Lloyd, and there's a lot of TCAC residents involving. They're fighting for us. And then I see them, and then my inspiration is, to be honest, I came from them. I see them I known her for pretty much all my life, ever since I've been living in Regent Park, which is almost 13 to 14 years. I want to say, tell thanks to YSM, and then I was involved with Joe and Chris. They are my co-chairs from the community building. Also Ismail, and then a lot of STP table members. They gave me a lot of knowledge about what is this STP and what's the reason we need to involve. And I want to thank them, to education and to getting better understanding of the community and the city, how that works, and then how to sort of fight for our rights. If those knowledge are coming from, to be honest, people with the STP table. For me, I just wanted to thank them so bottom of my heart, to give them education, and then my kids can get a better understanding and education from me as well.
Okay.
And thank you for
Yeah. Ines, did you want to say anything else?
For me, I just say I thank God for myself, and just for me be sitting into every committees. I literally fight all the time. Not fight, but I mean argue a lot of times, because I have to literally, as a TCAC resident, fight for what's right for TCAC residents. And for me, it's hard because I don't have a lot of the TCAC residents sitting committees. And it's so that's why I keep on saying it's so crucial for TCAC residents to sit in committees and defend what's ours as a TCAC resident, not others speaking for us. It should be us speaking for ourselves and defending for ourselves, because nobody else does it better than you as your own voice. And I'm one of those person as a TCAC resident. I always advocate for TCAC residents, defend them and speak up for them, because it's so important for us to stick together and defend for each other and speak for each other, because it's very crucial. It's a very crucial time, and especially now with the phase 4 and 5, that we don't know who's going to be the new developer. So that's why I said, TCAC residents, please come to committees, sit in the committees, represent a TCA, yourself as a TCAC resident on the table. It's very crucial. Don't let other people speak for you. You speak for yourself. Put your voices are so valid in every committee. This is all because of TCAC resident, all this money coming in.
On behalf of Regent Park TV, I would like to thank you both for participating in today's program. Regent Park TV will be providing ongoing updates about the SDP and the evaluation activities. My name is Dimitri Martinovic, and you're watching RPTV.
Please do not forget to like, comment, and share to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms, and for more information, please check out our website.